Hey guys, Puppet Mama here, and once again I am sorry for not posting yesterday. Not even the video that I told you guys I was going to try to post, because all hell broke loose yesterday, and it was very, very exhausting, very, very bad times. So, first thing, I woke up at 3 a.m., could not go back to sleep. Ray's still not feeling good, so he had taken the day off to kind of rest and relax, and so I finally got to like the point where I felt like if I took a little nap I would do better, which was around 7, and I think I hear a car. I'm not sure. You hear a car?
Yeah, kind of.
And at 8 we got a call from Ray's doctor. I do hear a car. Hold up. I may get drug a little bit. Sassy sees her friends.
Hey, friends.
So anyway, 8 o'clock, my phone starts ringing and buzzing, and it's Ray's doctor, and they're like, we've tried to call him, but we can't get a hold of him. He was sleeping. We can't get a hold of him, but he needs to go to the doctor. It's an emergency. His sugar was through the roof, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, we already know. He's already been. They said he wasn't throwing any ketones, so he's not going into ketosis, and it's because of the flu shot that you guys gave him. And so they were like, okay, well, make sure he calls. So I had to go in, wake him up, get him to call, and then let's see, and we went out to get some stuff that we needed, because we were going to do that anyway. And while we're out, we're just talking about, you know, this and how doctors don't talk to each other, because he went to the clinic that is in the doctor's building when he was having really high blood sugar and all that, and his doctor is like just upstairs. And I know they're really busy and everything, but it's amazing. So anyway, so then it's getting around lunchtime, and over here, Alex telling Victor that his tooth is hurting really bad. And so I go and look at it, and it looks like he has another abscess. So then, you know, emergency mom mode. I'm like, okay, we need to get these kids fed, and then I'm going to call the dentist in case they need us to come in, because we haven't had lunch at this point, and Alex does not do good if he does not eat. So we got some soft food, and it also triggered some bad memories, because the last time he had an abscess, I was working at a pharmacy with some really horrible people. And I'm not going to name any names, but they're truly terrible people. And so it was an emergency. I came home one night and Alex, he doesn't feel pain the way that other kids do. He doesn't feel a lot of things. He's undersensitive. So, are you okay, baby? So, I can't even remember, but something happened, and I noticed how swollen his gum looked, and I'm like, baby, are you okay? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, does that hurt? He's like, not really. And I'm like, well, we're calling the dentist because that's scary. And so I called in that morning. I said, look, I've got to take my son to the dentist. It's an emergency. I'm not coming in today until later. And so they're like, okay, whatever. Well, it was an emergency dental appointment, so they had to work us in. We got there at 9. They didn't get him back until 10. And then they had to cut out several of his baby teeth and do all this work. We didn't leave there until after 12 o'clock. Then he wasn't supposed to eat anything, and I was supposed to watch him and make sure he was okay. And then when he could eat, I made him whatever he wanted. I think he had to have was that one of the times you had to have a milkshake? Yeah.
So,
Had to have a milkshake. So we made milkshakes, and I didn't get back to work until 3 o'clock, and my shift was supposed to end at 7, but the pharmacy didn't close until 9, and so I was going to stay, and at 7 o'clock, the pharmacist on duty came up to me and said, the main pharmacist, like I said, I'm not going to name any names, told me to tell you that you can't stay to make up time. And I'm like, why? And he's like, she told me that you can't just make up your own hours. Like, I didn't want to come in until 3. And I called her out on it. I was like, why do you think I would make up a dental emergency to get out of work? And she told me she thought I made up a lot of things. And I was just like, wow, what a horrible person you are. So anyway, they couldn't get him in yesterday, so we're going first thing in the morning today, and try to get the other video up tomorrow, because you guys, if you're watching these and you're like, what's wrong with your husband, that explains it all, because of the dumb thing. Sorry. But I mean, I don't understand why, when they had, most of the people who worked there were moms. Most of the people who worked there called out or left a lot more than I did because of their kids, because of emergencies. But when I did it, I was lying. I know, right? you should have seen his face. It really, you know, just summed it all up. Alright guys, I'm gonna stop now because it doesn't do my health any good to just, you know, kind of, I'm out of that situation. I'm out of that situation. It was a bad situation. I felt, you know, just used all the time. I worked harder. I filled more prescriptions. Like, I would look at my numbers versus the other people's numbers, and I filled more prescriptions. I, you know, really did my best and just never appreciated. I was put down all the time, and one of the pharmacists who worked there just was a complete butt, and, you know, talked about people who were in my situation all the time like they were less than human. And I would say, you know, that is my situation, and he would be like, oh, well, you're one of the good ones. A lot of racism, a lot of sexism, a lot of bull crap. But anyway, glad to be out. So glad to be out. Alright, it was just a day yesterday. Did anything else happen? Like, we got some soft food and we called the dentist, and seems like there was more. I was exhausted from being up at 3 o'clock, and I just felt like I couldn't handle much more. Anyway, gonna let you guys go. Make sure to like and subscribe. And I haven't been saying it, but I just want to say a big thanks, big shout out to my 2 patrons on Patreon, and for sticking with me through these changes. Blue Max Studios, I think he changed it to Ray, my husband. He's one of my patrons. And Robert, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot. Whoops. Anyway, I got something treed again. Oh, it's a deer. I don't know if you could see that, but they were chasing after a deer.
I saw a tall, kind of whitish gray thing.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. There goes Otis. Get him, Otis. I feel like I gotta be a part of this. They probably won't catch it. Alright, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Just let us know that, you know, everything's gonna be okay. Alright? Alright, guys. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Have a good day, and love you.